This is our scenic route, and we are going across the river Ribeira de Zezere in a moment. Here we go. This is not the first bridge that we're all crossing. Now with this bridge we even sailed underneath here. So our spot for the night. There we are. And this is a praia fluvial. There is a river here. And it streams in here, in some sort of a basin. You can see there at the far end those three contraptions there. Let me see if I can show you. No, well, you see them in the first there, and those go down. So the water in this basin just comes up and up and up and up and up and up. So in the summer, and I think the season starts 1st of June, and then people can come here. A river beach. This is the river beach of Oleiros. And there is a camping there with wooden chalets and little pods and tiny houses. But this is a free park that you can just lie down. No doubt you can get some refreshments and ice creams and all what goes with it. And then it's happy swimming here. But we are going to be here for the night. George is repairing a leak in our water pump. All of a sudden we didn't get any water pressure anymore. And looking underneath, there was all sorts of water streaming out. So a temporary fix is being made now until we can fix, or George can fix, what is absolutely going wrong. In the meantime, I've got 2 empty bottles there, both 5 litre. And I'm going to walk to a water point here in the park to just get us some more water. So there's quite a bit of wind, but walk with me and I'll show you more of the basin. I'll go here, so I'm walking very close to the edge. But you can see, yeah, those walls, they're really nicely prepared. And there is even, do you see that clear water? There is some water running there. And see how nice they've made that bed here. So it's very nice and clean to swim in. And there are the 3 shutters that I was on about. I'm walking with, holding the phone in one hand, holding 2 bottles in the other. But I can very well believe that this is a very sought after place. There's a little play area, there's the pavilion where you can get all sorts of stuff. If you can see that against the sunshine, that is. The play area for the children. And there is there's a trail here as well, a hiker's trail. The top of my head, I think it was like 11.5 kilometers. And I can imagine that it is absolutely gorgeous here to do. Now up above there you can see the little houses from the camping and the chalet there. And here across, lovely little bridge across the river, to the other side. And here, that green fountain is my water point, and I'll just walk up and down a couple of times to fill my plastic bottles and to get some more water in the camper. It's not streaming too rapidly, but it is absolutely crystal clear water, and by the sign there you can see that it is drinkable. So easy does it, and up and down a couple of times.
So this is where the there's a trail up that way where I believe there's like a nice long walk. It's a lovely, beautiful morning. Now this is where the river comes, and this is what we have here. Of course, it isn't any sort of a heated place or anything like that, like a thermal place, as far as I know. But this is how it is. So here you've got the normal river. You can take steps down, for example, there into the river. If anybody wanted to visit here, it looks very nice, especially when it gets to be warmer. A bit chilly this morning, but still, look at this. Look at the sky. That is genuinely the colour of the sky this morning. It looks beautiful, and to keep it well maintained, there was some guys here yesterday working. So when you look, it starts off shallower. When they bring the water up, you see the mark around here, so you've got your 2 metre. And it gets deeper and deeper, and at that end there, I think it gets to about 2 metre, nearly 3 metre, sorry, 2 metre 70, I think, when it's got the water fully up. Now here is the mechanism they use, the dam basically. They will drop those down there, and that'll close that up and bring the water up to the depth required. It's a lovely place, honestly. Very nice. Yeah, you can see when you start to look a bit closer how they would slide them down. And you look at the mechanism, that all slides down. It's all on a wire. Must have motors. There's a wire mechanism here for pulling the things up and down. I thought it was initially hydraulic, but it's just the wire. So that'll pull that up and close it, sorry, let it all down and close it down. And that will close it to there. Close that off. It's even organised. When you look here, they'll put some, they'll hook the steps in here or down into the side, into the water. Yesterday, it is cold. That's a little bit of a deep area already. Not deep, it's, I don't know, half a metre, maybe 70 centimetres, something like that. I was in there yesterday. Not for long, I can tell you. This area is classed as a, I think, the assisted bathing area on the sign, and it's also an area where they do the testing of the water to make sure the water looks good, is good quality for everybody. They can't actually change that except for keeping the things clean above, I would guess. And here is from the other side, from the bar to the bar, sorry. And up above here is the camping. There's still signs of the storm that's passed through Portugal. with damage on the roofs. Now they're opening tomorrow, I believe, but they still obviously hadn't ready for that. Here's some, I think, Billy potable water. We've had some water out of there. This is a bridge over that goes up towards a little village up above there, and it sounds like there's some sort of a factory there, but this, again, like I say, I went in yesterday. I was in here, and I don't know if you can see the depth. I don't know, it's half a metre or so. Sort of fast running. There's another walkway here. That's the normal river down there. You can take that walkway, walk away up there and into that area. Here's what they've got the sandy beach look. We'll have a look at this bar. I'm expecting this place to, it won't be open today, but I'm wondering if it's going to open tomorrow when the campsite opens next door. I can tell you this will be busy when it gets to be full summertime. This will be busy. These river beaches in Portugal are amazingly busy. It's generally very cold water, but there can be oh, somebody's already been. Somebody's left some clothes here. Yeah. Yeah, this is it. Oleiros. And again, that would be the bar. Take an ashtray. On the way back, they put the butts in the garbage container. Put the ashtray back in the folder. So these are the holders for the ashtrays, apparently. That's good. At least there is a lot of smoking goes on still in Portugal. So this is Oleiros, and this is the kiddie park. And that is the camping up there. We were going to park up here last night, but we thought we'd just park down in the bottom car park. So that's a little walk around. Well, I'm guessing I can hear Jane shouting for Mo, the cat. Ah, I can see Mo is out. Let's see if we can capture him on video. Haha. Hello, Mo. Ah. It's a rare occasion. Oops. Was he? So Mo is out on adventures. He's got his tracker on. Hello, Mo. He's coming. Yeah. Hey, Mo. Where you at, Mo? Hello, Mo. Hello, Mo. Yay. Here's Mo. Yeah. We should call the video Adventures of Mo. Come on, Mo, that's a drain. Come on, Mo. And you're the back of us, where you at?
Oh, here. Hi.
So we're it's running, isn't it? Yeah. I can edit that little bit out and my cap on properly. So we're just up above the the river beach, Oleiros, where we've been parked last night. And we've walked up above here because we could hear some industry working, and I'll turn the camera around if I can. So I don't know if you can hear that machinery, but that is eucalyptus being dealt with. By what I can see from here, yeah, it's eucalyptus, I'm pretty sure. I'll zoom into that and look at the pile of that eucalyptus being worked on. And also nearby, just to the left of it, I don't know if this is to do with that or not, but there's a big field of solar panels here. Massive amount of solar panels. To feed, I don't know where. This is a circular of where we are, above. And difficult to tell on camera, of course, but down below here, down that hill, in the bottom is the river, and we've got the camping there by the riverbank. An old ruin there to work on for somebody, and back around to the woodyard.
How's Martin's?
Ah, yeah. So we've just been that way, walking through the little village near the river beach. We were hoping to find a little cafe, or I was. Jen maybe not, but I like these little sweet cakes and things. I'm terrible for that. But look at this house. The stonework on that. It's got a new roof, that piece, but I think it needs that piece done. And we're going to walk back across the river, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we are. Little car park here. This car park is also, by the look of things, got to do with the praia fluvial.
Here.
Yeah, this is the other side of the river for this praia fluvial, and through them tree bits there's the camper, and this is the bathing area I showed earlier. Hello.
I don't have any makeup on.
No, you don't need it on. This is where I was in yesterday. Nice and cold. Yeah, and these are the mechanisms to the dam. And the camping is up above there. We are now in Condesa, and if you look behind me, you can see there's a nice green area. It's in the residential area, but we parked on a nice little car park place there just for tonight. I don't know what the significance of these are, but I'll have a look. These structures. There is that. There's one. There is a museum just over the road there, and it's maybe something to do with that, I think. You look at that. Very similar. into the sun here. Yeah, and you look at this one. And this. And this is Condation on the way to Coimbra. That looks painful. And this is running through Condation also.
Hi. We're in Condation. It is near 10 o'clock in the morning, and look at that. How many campers can you see here with us? It's on the outskirts of Condation, but our company is mainly all Portuguese campers. I don't know if you can see it because I'm looking into the sunshine, so it's rather dark, and a German camper. Yesterday also there was a rental van with a young couple from Colombia. Last year they had been traveling in Italy, and this year Portugal, and they preferred Portugal over Italy. Yay, Portugal. Another thing for this morning, our travel started 2 days ago, and we do believe that our mole has a UTI, a urinary tract infection. Mo is an outdoor cat, so we wouldn't have noticed it otherwise, but well, a bit of an intimate cat problem. He's been to the cat litter tray several times, and we just noticed that nothing is coming out. So we need to check that. Luckily here, just around the corner, 100 meters from here, there is a vet. They are opening at 10 o'clock, so I'll be going there really soon, just to have a little word. We forgot this crate, so if they have a crate for us that we can borrow to transport him in, that will be fine. Otherwise, we'll just have to drive there, and I'll have to put him in his harness and other things to restrain him and walk in. And hopefully they can see us straight away. That is, of course, another question. But yeah, we've had, not this night, but the night before, we had a very restless night because he keeps meowing. Most likely because he is in a little pain. Perhaps not that severe. This morning he did do a little pee-pee, but he's, yeah, like I said, more times going to his tray. He is drinking all right. It might cause him a little discomfort, so better nip it in the bud. So it's a good thing that we have been going on a little travel, little adventure. Last night I gave him a calm pill to make him a bit more steady, and he let us sleep, thankfully as well. But this morning, very early, he started again with going through the tray. One tray, another tray. We've got a couple of trays for him. Yeah, not much to find. Luckily, a little bit later on. But I think a visit to a vet would be wise, just to have him checked over. Well, we're on our way again after a surprise visit to the vet with Mo, like I explained before. They did a lot of questioning, of course. They also did an ultrasound, and on the ultrasound they could see that he did not have any or very little urine in it, so it's not like blocked up, as I knew, because this morning he did do a little pee. But they could see that the lining of the bladder was relatively thick, like the thickness of a pinky, instead of just like a very fine line. So there is something going on there, a bit of irritation perhaps, a bit of inflammation. As they could not take any urine, they couldn't test for any crystals or further on. So, and also it is of course not our normal vet. What she has done for now is given us some pills for anti-inflammation, some pills to relax the bladder lining, and also some pills for some pain. Hopefully that will get him right. It is medication for till next Monday. Apparently there is a national holiday on Friday this week. So if push comes to shove, then it is an appointment with our normal vet for next week somewhere. It would be good anyway, she says, because then they could do a blood test, in which, and perhaps a urine test, in which then can show up whether he has crystals or not. She has gone through the food. She says sometimes food can cause that too, but apparently he is getting correct stuff. She did not say, oh, you can't do that. So that's good. So for now, Mo is on a pill regime. Not yet antibiotics, as it is not needed in this stage, as they haven't been able to do a lot of tests, but at least to sort out a bit of pain and perhaps relax the bladder a bit. She says it can also be that he's trying to, because he's got the urge but the bladder is empty, and that then indicates on a bit of inflammation as well. So a lot of scenarios have been talked through, and like I said, he's on a pill regime. That will be a task and a half. He's not the best one for taking medication, but we'll manage somehow. So for that, yeah, we don't have to go home very rapidly. One thing she did say, if he's going off his food and he is starting to vomit, then it is an emergency trip to any vet, wherever and whenever we are somewhere, when it's not home. And then he has to be cathetered and taken in for observation. But we're far from that at the moment. He's still doing his food very well. So let's hope it's just a bit of inflammation and a bit of irritation. That's why he's got the urge to pee. And we'll take it from here. But for now, therefore, we are on our way. We are now going to Santa Combadão. A lovely place. Just we'll put the link in the description. Have a look. It's a little town, a little village. Yeah, town, I think it is, with a lot of water and a lot of walkways through the town. So to be continued. Follow along with us.